What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm having a pretty fantastic day. A little up in my head a little bit today. Just stupid little things, but nothing that's gonna kill me. So I had some. I did a video, previous video about some like suggestions and stuff to do on my next video, and a few people agreed on like a Q&A, question and answer video. So I chose that to do it. It seemed like they wanted a few answers. They had a few questions they wanted some answers to, and that's cool. Like, that's awesome. I'm really glad. So before I start, I just wanted to say that, today I'm grateful that I woke up and, have a very supporting family, and I have loved ones. Spent some quality time with, the youngest one, last night and today. We just kind of hung out and, just did cool little things. And then, last night, the older one's 11, and we made like a little funny video she wanted to do. It was like some Vine that was trending on the internet, and it was like, blow the vape smoke down, and then she comes over there and makes it disappear, and I don't know, something that's trending on YouTube or something. She wanted to do like a reenactment of it, so we did that. It was just something cool to do. But anyways, guys and girls, so I have the first question, and I'm not saying nobody's names or anything. I'm just gonna read the question, and then I'll follow it up with an answer and explain the answer and stuff. So the question is, did I learn a hard lesson this time? And I mean, and what they're referring to was this time, meaning my last relapse. Did I learn something from it? That's what I'm taking it as. And so absolutely is the answer. The last time I relapsed just about killed me. I was like, I mean, it was literally by the grace of God or a power greater than myself that was able to restore me. And God seen, that I still have a lot to live for, and it wasn't my time, because I was literally inches from death. It was crazy. So yeah, I absolutely did learn something from it. This disease of addiction, it's meant to kill, destroy, and steal. Like, that's all it's gonna do. Jails, institutions, and death is the results, and it doesn't have to be in that order. It can be institution. I mean, anything, but the only outcome of using is eventually, you got three options, three outcomes. You're either gonna die, you're either going to be in jail, in and out of jail, or in jail for a long time, or you're going to be in and out of institutions. And that's eventually what will happen. That's what the using will lead to. And that's from personal experience. I mean, and I've seen it happen to others 1,000 times. So, and I think back, like, I don't forget what the last time was like, when I used. The last time I used was horrible. It was absolutely the worst experience I've ever had in my life. For one, I don't remember anything, but I do know that I was pretty much dead, and, was basically like in a coma for like 3 days. it was not a good experience, and I'm grateful for that experience, believe it or not, because it opened my eyes up even more, you know. So, and sometimes, you know, it's sad, but sometimes it takes a tragic experience before the addict is willing to do something different, or you know, or they say that when the pain gets great enough, you'll do something different. And you know, it's sad to say, but you know that was a horrible experience, but it was also a great experience. You know, it's horrible because I almost died and everything, but the I'm not sure how to explain it, but you know, like what I was able to learn from it. You know what I mean? Like from that experience. I hate that I had to go through that experience and that my family and stuff had to witness it. But I'm grateful that I have a new, I'm looking at, like, I have a new way to look at this addiction. You know what I mean? Like, it's very serious. Like, and I have to take it very serious. So, yeah, so, you know, my answer to that question is absolutely. And then I got another question, and the question is advice for people dealing with addicts using in their lives or people enabling them. Um, okay, so that's like a two-part. It's gonna be a two-part answer. So the first part, you know, how to deal with addicts, with an addict that's using in their lives. It's very difficult. Um, So I'm looking at this from like somebody's point of view, like from my mother's point of view, for instance, because she's you know dealing with me when I was using, and it was very you know tragic and horrible. So I definitely know what you're going through, and you know dealing with an addict, it's very tough. But sometimes, and I know this kind of, I'm not trying to sound mean or anything, but sometimes you have to step back and let them get their own pain. Like, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just gotta let them, you know, if they're not willing to help themselves, there's nothing you can do for them. They have to be willing to help themselves before, you know, anything you will do will actually help them. If they really want to get clean and do something different, then absolutely I would say be there for them and try to get them try to get them to go to some meetings or something, or like NA meetings, and if they're an alcoholic, AA. But look into something like that, maybe some inpatient treatment, if they're willing to do that or something. But if they're not really wanting to do anything different, um, you know, you can be there for them, but you got to take your hands off the wheel a little bit, so to speak. Like, you know, and that's gonna lead to this next answer for or people enabling them. So if somebody's enabling them, like they need to take their hands off, and because honestly, this is very true. I've seen it happen, but somebody that's enabling an addict is actually killing them. And I'm not trying to sound horrible about that, but like, so my mom enabled me a long time ago. She don't do it no more when I was using it. And what I meant by she was enabling me, like she would be, you know, giving me money and stuff like that, or giving me food and stuff. And it's like, you know, it's like this. I did what I had to do to get my drugs, and if I want to eat, I'll do what I have to do to eat. You know what I mean? So buying them food and stuff is enabling them because they know, well, I can go spend this little bit of money I got on some dope because my mom or my brother or somebody's going to feed me. I don't have to buy food, or I can manipulate so and so to get some money to buy some more drugs or so. And okay, so when I say like you're somebody enabling an addict, you're actually kind of killing them. That's like the way the NA explains it, and that sounds kind of harsh, but I'm not gonna. The way I like to look at it as is somebody enabling somebody, it meaning, to me that's like um, you're really just you're really making it harder for them to get the right help they need, because they're going to fall back on that person anytime something goes wrong or anytime they need anything. They're going to manipulate and try to do everything they can to get what they need, whether it be food, somewhere to stay, a ride, money for drugs, or money for anything. So again, you got to let them get their own pain, and because this is a very true statement. It is very true. When the hurt and the pain gets bad enough for the addict, they will do something different. Like when they are tired and sick and tired of this, the revolving doors of addiction, trying to find the drug, and when they're just burned out on it, they will do something different. They will seek help. They will do what it takes. And if they come to you for help, don't turn your back on them. That's not what I'm saying. Definitely try to help them get in somewhere like treatment or something like that. Never turn your back on them, because that will make them feel like they have nobody. But don't enable them to the point where they're almost using you or using that person, because that's what an addict will do. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, my mom's enabled me before. She doesn't no more, but when I was using, she was a big enabler, and people kept telling her, stop doing for him, stop doing for him. And it's hard, especially if you love that person. I completely understand. Like, you don't want to see that person starving, or you don't want to see that person in a tough spot and everything. But, it's like this. If you don't do anything for them and you let them be in that situation, you know what I mean? They'll get to the point where they're like, oh, I don't want to live like this. I want to do something different. Like, I want to go get some help. I want my life back. And for me, that's what happened to me, Like, my family got to a point where they wasn't enabling. They wasn't buying me no more food. They wasn't helping me do such and such or anything like that. Like, and I got tired of, being hungry and being stuck out in the streets or whatever, trying to hustle to do this and get that. You know what I mean? I was so tired of that life. I was willing to go do something different. And, of course, I did have some relapse. I did, yes, absolutely. But, I'm still here standing, and I'm still willing to do what I got to do to stay clean and better my life, and be here for the ones that love me like they were for me when I was sick and I needed them. I want to be there for them when they need me, as a brother, as a son, as a stepdad, as a fiance, as all that. That's what I want to be, because I love everyone that's in my life. And being an addict, I hate it. I hate the disease of addiction. I hate what it does to me. I hate what it does to my loved ones. I hate what it does to other people. I hate the torture and stuff that other addicts have to go through. I do. It's very tough. But guys, I'm going to get off here. I hope that the answers to y'all's questions helped. If y'all need any more advice or questions or anything, you can message me, or comment below if you'd like. I really hope that y'all got the answers y'all were looking for. Again, never turn your back on the addict. but don't enable them. And again, I mean by that is if they are coming to you because they want a better life and coming to you because they want help to get better, help them do that. But don't enable them by giving them money or giving them rides to go here A and B. You know, because an addict will use somebody like that. And they don't mean to. They don't. You know, I didn't mean to. It's just, it was the drugs. The drugs make the person do that. Because addicts are great people, you know, and I say that very proudly because I see hundreds of people that are the nicest women and men I've ever met in my life, and they are drug addicts. But the drugs make them someone they're not. And I love y'all guys. Remember, gratitude is the best attitude. Thank you very much.